Hello and welcome to the CNBC-TV18 special. We're coming to you from Davos 2022. As we've been mentioning, there are about 6 states being represented here on the promenade right behind us. You can see the state of Maharashtra right there. And joining me now to talk about Maharashtra's introduction to Davos is Aaditya Thackeray. Aditya, many thanks for joining us here on CNBC-TV18. Your first time here to Davos. What made you do this?
It's my first time, and I've been meeting a lot of people who've been coming here for a long time, and they're saying we cannot recognize Davos without the snow.
Yes.
But I think it's a good introduction to a summer Davos. Precisely that we have a lot of states, and especially something like Maharashtra, which is also the financial powerhouse of India, manufacturing powerhouse. And I thought that for the country to prosper, you also need subnational governments to be represented well. Of course, we're doing our best foot forward, putting our best foot forward. You've got about 6 states out here trying their best to charm investors, policymakers, think tanks. Wherever the investment goes, it's all coming to India. So we're all happy about that. But I think it's also good for us as subnational governments to come here, speak about our own states, give the option for all the people who want to invest in a country to come to one of our states.
So you said everyone's here, the 6 states, laying out the red carpet, putting on the charm. Your powers of persuasion, how much have you been able to influence sentiment so far?
I think we've had some good meetings in both the days. We've had a day full of meetings, some good interactions at the Congress Center. But today we've signed up almost about 30,000 crores of MOUs. With
actually signed or intended to sign?
No, so all our MOUs that we've done from 2020 to right now, 95% of them have been executed. Land has been allotted, work has started. These ones again, 24 companies spread from all over the world, signed 30,000 crores, and we'll start executing these MOUs right away.
Okay, so what is going to be the big focus area as far as the government is concerned? You talked about, the fact that it is a financial capital. It, of course, has a lot of manufacturing, etc. as well. But from a futuristic perspective, I know you're a big champion of climate change, of electric vehicles. You've got an EV policy in place as well. Where do you hope to draw in the fresh investment, the new investment that's coming in?
We've got 3 ministers out here. It's me for climate change and tourism. You've got Mr. Subhash Desai for industries, and you've got Mr. Nitin Raut for energy. Now, all 3, if you see, go hand in hand. They're quite intertwined. For me, I'm not looking at the climate agenda as only the climate agenda.
Yeah.
I see it as a huge opportunity for India to be a part of this industry revolution that is bringing in green growth. And if we can tap into that, if we can create this new industry to be coming into India, we're looking at the climate problem, which is also, we're high on the vulnerability index. So our vulnerability index, really looking at the abstract amount of poverty that exists in formal homes, the agrarian economy, we're high. But apart from that, more industries coming in for green growth, creating more streams of revenue for the country, more employment, that is the opportunity. For energy, of course, we're looking at greener energy, greener sources of energy, new firm power, innovations coming in. And industry, of course, is doing its job trying to attract as many investors to Maharashtra as possible.
I'll talk to you about your green energy aspirations in just a second, but since you're talking about energy, we are currently in the midst of a challenging situation at this point in time. States, including yours, are struggling with power outages as well. States have been asked to import coal. How worried are you about the current situation, and what do you intend doing about it?
So it is a two-way problem, right? I mean, from one end, you want to actually go high on renewables, you want to go high on clean energy, you want to phase down coal, as even the Prime Minister's committed at COP, and all of us are duty bound to that, and with our personal beliefs for the environment. But on the other end, you cannot have a single day of load shedding for either your citizens or industries or offices, and that's why you've got to walk the midway. So we're here to actually look and talk with different people from around the world into clean energy, renewable energy, firm sources of power that are clean and green. So that's what we're looking at, and we want to actually move forward on our commitment. We're meeting a lot of interesting people out here. We're hoping to take those commitments ahead.
Agriculture, and that's another focus area, and we have seen what the impact of climate change has done to agriculture. You've got a situation where farmers are struggling at this point in time with high fertilizer costs and so on and so forth as well. Any innovative solutions that you're looking at bringing into the agri-economy? Are you talking to people here?
So we've already have this project going called POCRA, Climate Resilient Agriculture, that's going on in Maharashtra with 5,000 villages. Going beyond that, we met a couple of good companies with agri-tech, some satellite-based imagery companies that will give us an idea of what the land degradation is like, what is the water holding capacity of the land, what is the weather pattern over the next few days. I think that is also very crucial for us. And then going beyond that in terms of drip irrigation and things like that, which get you back to the basics. So you've got to move beyond the conventional sources of thinking. You've got to go into what is disruptive and what can be basic but yet to be implemented on ground.
Aditya, you know, it's now been a few years for you in government, ever since your government came into power. From the outside, you know, politics and governance perhaps seems like an easy thing to do. People will criticize
Pass through.
you.
No worries, pass through.
People will criticize you for
Hi.
this.
Yes, nice meeting you.
Well, this is
Nice meeting you.
With the UN
Oh wow.
principle.
Oh wow. Okay.
we do meetings on live television as well.
Nice meeting you.
So, you know, what I wanted to ask you is, now being in government, how do you understand the challenges of being able to deliver on the promises that you make? Because manifestos are like laundry lists of promises, and even you know that most of them will not be executed and implemented. So, is it different now that you're in government?
No, as a principle, whenever we're making manifestos, Party President Mr. Aaditya Thackeray has always told us, only put in your manifesto what can be delivered. So if you see the last 25 years of our BMC electioneering, the manifesto has been complete at least over 95%. Whatever stuck was with a high level of government. Thankfully now with state, there's a continuity of government in terms of the municipal corporation and the state. A lot of agencies are sitting together and working together. Likewise for the state, when we sort of had a manifesto going out, it was everything that we could deliver. Yes, with COVID, there has been a financial crunch in the last 2 years, but we've started off delivering again. So yes, there is a lot of learning on the job. Who knew that we'd be jumping right into a COVID crisis 3 months or 4 months into government, but it's been good learning on the job.
It has been, I would imagine, challenging, but a good learning curve as well. Infrastructure, and that...
Not curve, it's been a hairpin, you know, try for us.
Yes, infrastructure, and that continues to be one of the big constraints holding the state and the city back as well. What can we now expect on that front, both in terms of capex as well as in terms of execution?
So I'm not going to make the typical pitch we make to the investors here, but you know,
What are you? I'm going to get you to do a pitch to investors. We'll do that, the startup minute with you.
You know, typically if you see, and we've been speaking to a lot of investors, and the ecosystem exists in Maharashtra in terms of course, peace and stability, law and order, you know, rules, and sort of just the ecosystem in terms of infrastructure for industries to come in, manufacturing industries to come in. I think we excel further, you know, by miles from any other neighboring or, you know, any other state, but we're not going to go there here. We're pitching for everyone.
Yeah.
For us, if you see, crucially, the Mumbai-Nagpur highway is what we're scheduled to complete very, very soon. The Trans-Harbour Link is scheduled to be complete by October 2023. Coastal Road by December 2023. Worli-Shivri Connector, the Goregaon-Mulund Link Road, the Delhi-Mumbai Corridor, all these are on track. We've been reviewing it every week. And the best part is, because a lot of urban local bodies are in sync with the same state government, everyone's working on the same agenda.
So I'm going to give you 1 minute now to close and make the Maharashtra pitch to investors, both domestic and foreign, who are watching. So your time starts now, Aditya.
I think the fact that you chose to interview us and, you know, are taking us as a serious state out here for, you know, gathering out investors, I think that is very important that CNBC is interviewing us with TV18. But apart from that, of course, Maharashtra has been the financial and manufacturing powerhouse for India. Apart from that, we're working on an agenda that is working on ease of living for better cities and better rural areas. You need to have better cities for better quality of life, and that is where your next businesses, your next investment is going. So that is our focus. Sustainability, that is our focus, and that's why I think everyone's bound to come to Maharashtra. Prosperous Maharashtra is a prosperous India, but along with that, for all the neighboring states who've made the effort to come here, a prosperous state around
A prosperous India.
Prosperous India is
a prosperous
all of
India.
us.
Absolutely. A prosperous India is what we hope
Yeah.
for. And your time is up. Well done, Aditya.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for speaking to us here at, on CNBC TV18. We wish you, Maharashtra, and of course everyone representing India, the very best
Thank
of
you. I
luck.
think coincidentally even the rain stopped.
The rain has stopped.
It's drizzling, yeah.
Well, with that, it is time for us to wrap up the CNBC TV18 special from all of us here. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.